This video is sponsored by Skillshare.
Welcome. Today we're going to do another crochet related craft haul and review. Thank you for joining me here today. I'm Alicia, aka Littlejohn Yarns. If this is your very first time joining me here today, make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell because I come out with new patterns and reviews every single week. And before we get started, if you like the top I have on, let me stand up so you can see it. Too legit to knit. You can find more of these items in my crochet t-shirt shop. I have bags, sweatshirts, t-shirts, anything you think of. I'll leave all that information down in the description box below. And I had a couple of comments down below that complained the last time I wore this t-shirt in one of my videos. I guess I offended knitters. Knitters, please do not be offended by my t-shirts. They're just shirts and funny sayings that many crocheters might like, so please don't be offended. All right, so let's get into the topic, what we're going to be looking over today. So we're going to be looking at crochet related items as usual. Many of these items I think are great for your personal crochet arsenal, and you should definitely have it in there. And there might be a thing or two that's definitely not a necessity, but a want, a wish. Because if you know me or if you watch any of my wish hauls, I am gluttonous when it comes to my crochet and craft gadgets. So of course there's going to be some gluttonous crafty items on this list. But before we get into any of that, I want to mention a word from our sponsors, which is Skillshare. If you've ever searched for any learnable information online, then you've probably come across Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of online classes in almost any skills that you can think of. Whether you want to fuel your curiosity or your creativity or even your career, Skillshare has it. You want to improve your knitting and crocheting, they got a class for that. You want to maybe venture into the world of YouTube like myself, they got a class for that. Or you want to start your own business, guess what? They got a class for that. They pretty much have it all. And the great thing about Skillshare, all you need to access this great wealth of information is just $10. And that's super cheap compared to going out and taking a pricey class. And since Skillshare is sponsoring this video and they have a thing for yarnies, you can sign up for 2 free months of classes on Skillshare. That's awesome. This is completely free to you at no risk. All right, and I'll leave all that information down in the description box below, and comment down below about anything that you would like to learn or if you use Skillshare yourself. So let's hop right into the meat of this and let's get into our review.
Number 1.
First item we're going to be looking at is the 12-piece wooden crochet hook, 3mm through 10mm smooth eye blunt bamboo knitting needle set, weaving craft tools by Sam Greatworld. I don't know why all these things have such long names, but regardless, when I got these, I'm always looking for crochet hooks that are similar to Susan Bates. I love Susan Bates hooks, and most of the cheaper crochet hooks that I buy cheap crochet hooks because I lose my crochet hooks all the time. But most of the cheap crochet hooks that I buy, they're all in the shape of a boy crochet hook. And that's not my favorite. If it's yours, to each your own, that's great. But me, I like a nice, sharp, inline crochet hook. Let me give you a view of if you've never seen one before, I'm sure you have. This is a Susan Bates crochet hook. As you can see, the hook itself is very sharp. It's an inline hook. Those are the ones I prefer. Let me find a boy. Here's a big boy. Big boy, that's funny. Big boy crochet hook. It has a more rounder tip and less of a sharp point for the hook. It came in a cute little bag, not cute little bag, it's just a regular plastic bag like so. And I got a total of 12 pieces, but check it out. It is the closest thing that I've seen to a Susan Bates crochet hook. I am more than pleased. Look at this. It's awesome. Let me see if I can find a Susan Bates. And here's this one. I'm going to take a picture and put it here or here so you can see it better than me trying to squeeze this on a screen. But I actually love this thing. I've already worked on it. I've made a couple swatches. Let me see if I can show you how it works. So you guys tend to like to see me when I crochet on screen. I don't know why, but you do. I've already tested this off screen before, so this isn't a shock to me how well it works. The stitches don't get stuck. There's no rough spots in my crocheting, and it doesn't slip off the hook. Each stitch is grabbed perfectly by the hook, which I absolutely love. Oh, and there's a cool trick with wooden hooks. I've heard in the past some people have trouble with cheap wooden hooks because they can be a little bit rough. There is a trick to smoothing out your wooden crochet hooks. Ooh, I dropped something. Check this out. Just a regular piece of wax paper. You take your wooden hooks. That's all you have to do. Wax your hooks up and you're ready to go. So I'm ready to review this item. There's nothing spectacular that I gotta show you about it. So on a scale of 1 to 5 balls of yarn, I'm going to give this wooden crochet hook 5 balls of yarn.
Number 2.
Next, we are going to look at the Easter Chunky Braid Cotton Yarn Super Large for Arm Knitting DIY Handmade Blanket Machine Washable Beige. It is 1.1 pounds of yarn. Oops, I can kind of see the light shining in my glasses. Let me take that off. I use them to read. All right. Oh, and guys, check it out. I got a new haircut. I don't know if you noticed or not from my previous videos. I chopped it all off. Let me know down below if you like it or not. All right, this yarn, I've always seen big, huge, chunky yarn online. A lot of it is that roving yarn, and I bought some roving yarn from like Wish before. I don't know where it is. I'll find it later and show you in a video. And it was absolutely nothing like the picture. This one I purchased from Amazon, so it's a little bit more trusted. And I absolutely love it. Check out this big, huge thing of yarn. This is supposed to be a pound and 1.1 pounds of yarn. So we're going to check it out to see if it's actually the size that it says it is. So I got my trusty scale right here. Let me stand up. You probably can't see exactly what I'm doing. Let's see if I can lower the... Here we go. And back this up. We're going to put this on my scale. Turn it on. Bam. It's registering, so give me a second. We're going to pop it on. Let's see if they're lying or not. As it calculates, it exactly 1.1 pounds of yarn. So they're not lying about what you get. So what I like about this yarn compared to that jumbo yarn, that's roving yarn that you see online, look at this. It is just one tube, solid tube of yarn. This isn't yarn itself, and there's stuffing in the middle. See if you can pull out some of the stuffing. See, there's stuffing inside of it. I like this because, I don't know, you can do a lot of stuff with this. Let me try to use it on my crochet hook. What is this crochet hook? This is either a P or an S. I'm not sure. Let me look at the bottom of it. This is an S, a 19 millimeter crochet hook. So let's try to crochet this up. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm probably just going to orm knit. Crocheting seems a little bit rough to do with this yarn. And I don't know what you can crochet with it. Let me unravel it a little bit. Reminds me of like octopus tentacles. Woo, ooh. Okay, I am not going to crochet with this with foot. I think this would be great for finger crocheting. So let's try finger crocheting. I definitely like it. This is cute. Look how it works up. I'm not going to do a big, huge basket. Sometimes you guys like me to crochet something real big for my reviews, but crocheting something real big takes a while. But as you can see, this is what I got so far. Look at that ugly stitch right there, but ignore that. It works up nice. It's pretty stiff. If you used to make a basket, it will work. If you make an arm blanket for a knit arm blanket, I said that right, this would be great. Or a little pillow. You can make a lot of stuff with this. I don't know how many yards this is. I can tell just by looking at it. Whatever you need to make sure you buy enough. It doesn't say exactly how many yards are on here. So it doesn't say exactly how many yards it is. But I'm guessing you would need probably at least 10 of these to even make a blanket. Maybe even like a lap blanket or something like that. So that's what you need. It can be very expensive. I've seen these type of yarns, maybe even cheaper. I would like to say Hobby Lobby. So check that out with this same exact texture of yarn. If you guys seen this at any craft store, let me know down below in the comment section where you've seen this yarn before. If we can find this for a cheaper price, that would be awesome because this is a beautiful yarn. But for the 1 pound, it costs $26.88, which can be steep. For the half pound, it costs $15.88. So guys, we're all on a mission. Where can we find this yarn exactly even cheaper so I can spread it to the world and let you guys all know? On a scale of 5 balls of yarn, I'm going to give this 4 balls of yarn, not because of the look of it. It's actually a wonderful skein of yarn. Only take away 1 ball of yarn because of the price.
Number 3.
The next item we're going to look at is called the Cabin Obsession Anti-Slip Rug Gripper. There's 12 premium number curl grips, include H-large rug corner grippers, plus 4 bonus gripper pieces for edges. Perfect for hardwood floors, tile floors, or carpets. As crocheters, we know when you go to make a crochet rugs are basically the most dangerous thing known to man. When you put a crochet rug on a hardwood floor, you can slide across the floor and just slam into the wall or fall on your butt. You don't know. But it's pretty dangerous. But I love to crochet, and a lot of you guys love to crochet and make rugs also. So a fix for this are little rug grippers. You're supposed to put these little grippers on the bottom of your pieces. Unfortunately, I don't have a rug worked up, so we're going to use an experiment. We're going to use some of my little swatch things. This is made from Caron Simply Soft. If you've ever used Caron Simply Soft, you know this is, what's it called? Mercerized. Yes, it's a mercerized yarn. So, you know, that's real slippery and shiny. So this can whoop across the hardwood floor. So we're going to place some grips on this and test it out on my hardwood floor. So let's take it down to the floor.
Okay, we have our Caron Simply Soft swatch. Let's try it out on the floor. It is slippery. I'm pushing hard and sliding back and forth. All right, so let's put on our little grippy. We're going to put this side, the 3mm side, on. Let's see if I can pull off the plastic. This is always the hardest part for me, separating sticky sides and things. There we go. I got it. So we're just going to stick this directly onto it. I know it is not a rug, and I'm placing it diagonal. If it was a rug, I would put them at the corners, but this is just a sample. Please bear with me. It's just for testing. So I got that off, and you're supposed to peel off the second backing because it's double-sided. Oh, the back side is sticky too. I thought it'd be more like when you have slipper socks or anything like that, that bottom part, I thought it'd be like this, but it's actually pretty sticky. So let's test it out on my floor. I just slammed it down. All right, stick it, rub it on. Oh yeah, let me give it a rub test. Oh yeah, it's not going anywhere. This is pretty awesome. All right, let's see what it looks like when I peel it up from my floor. Is it going to be difficult to peel from the floor? No. And it's still tacky. Let's see if I can reuse it. Stick it on and rub. Let's give it another reuse. Pull it up and toss it down one more time. See if it still works. Stick it on and rub it. All right, so it looks like it has a pretty good reuse value. So let's take this back up to the table and give it a better review.
I'm ready to give this bad boy review. I actually like it. This, when I peeled it up off my floor, it didn't leave any residue behind, and it pretty much stuck pretty well to the garment. And when I pulled it up and put it back on and pulled it up and put it back on, it still remained sticky at the bottom. So let's look what it looks like if I peel it off, see if it'll mess up my crochet stitches. Oops, I hit my elbow off my computer. All right, let's peel it off. All right, I got some fuzzies on it, but it's a rug. Most people don't care what's on the bottom, but you may care if it will rip apart your stitches. And it did not. It did leave a fuzzy pull because it is sticky, but I definitely like it. I am ready to give these a review. On a scale of 1 to 5 balls of yarn, I am going to give this 5 balls of yarn.
Number 4.
Next, we are going to look at the Red Terracotta Knit Blocking Combs. It's a set of 25 for blocking and knitting, crochet, lace, or needlework projects. An extra 100 T-pins in a compact plastic box for use with blocking mats for knitting. Okay, blocking. I would probably, this is a guess estimate, say that 80% of us knitters and crocheters don't even bother to block. But I definitely recommend blocking your items. because it gives for a better fit, especially if you're blocking clothes or you're doing granny squares. And let's say your granny square got to be exactly 5 by 5. Blocking will give you a more successful and more professional looking garment when you're done with your project. So I definitely recommend getting some form of blocking pins. The ones I'm going to show you here are from Red Terracotta. I've had these for the past, I say 6 months, and I absolutely love them. They're better than the typical other push pins. As you can see, if you ever seen any other push pins with little balls on the end, these ones are T-push pins. T-push pins are a lot more sturdy than the regular ball head push pins. And I like these because when you push them in, they're not going to bend and flex and break. And that can be a pain in my butt. And another awesome thing about these particular blocking pins, they're blocking combs. So let's say you have a huge scarf that you're making, and a scarf is usually around 60 something inches long. You don't want to put 1,000 T-pins down your garment. So you can use these blocking combs to substitute 50 billion blocking pins. And they come in different sizes, such as this one and this one. These go great for corner pieces, or let's say you're working with a lace piece that has points in them. You can use a combination of these, and with the point of your I guess peak of your crochet or knit, you can use this to stretch that out and get it the proper size. So I'm going to show you what this thing looks like in action. So let's take it down to the board. All right, let me quickly show you how I block. I've already dampened my project. And what I want this to be is 6 centimeters by 6 centimeters. So as you can see, it's all wobbly and not stretched right. So I'm going to take my big old blocking comb and bring it up to the top. And voila, you just let that dry. And if you had like a little peak in your work right here, let's say you're working with some fancy lace stitches, you can place a pin right there to keep it like this. So I'm going to let this dry, and I'm going to give you a picture to see what it looks like with your item completely blocked. You got to see the blocking pins in action, and I'll leave a before and after of exactly what it looks like after you're done blocking. So I'm ready to rate these. These compared to other blocking pins, I love them more than the typical blocky pins. Like I said, I actually like Red Terracotta. I used many of their other products before, and this one is pretty awesome. You don't have to worry about using 1,000 T-pins for any project. So on a scale of 1 to 5 balls of yarn, I'm going to give this another 5 balls of yarn. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this crochet haul and review, make sure you check out my other crochet hauls. I'll leave all that information over here. And of course, I have a lot more stuff coming to you. So stay tuned and make sure you like, share, and subscribe. All right, guys, I'll see you all on the next pattern or haul and review. All right, bye, guys.